know what's awesome is walking into the garage and just seeing a bunch of awesome e-bikes to choose from to take on a ride today. And you know what else is awesome? It's when your girlfriend moves somewhere, and while she's moving to one place to another, she puts all her stuff there. I don't know if that's awesome or not. But anyway, what is awesome and super duper awesome is Ghostcat e-bikes. Now, this right here is my custom Ghostcat F3X Pro. Got the custom pedals, the custom grips, the custom battery wrap, and back rack there is a piece that I picked out on my own, and we've got this custom seat atop you. So it's my custom Ghostcat F3X Pro. And what's coming out and what's going to be new is the Ghostcat F3.2X Pro, and also the F3.2 as well. But right now we're going to focus on the differences and kind of the changes and the upgrades they've made from the F3X Pro to the F3.2X Pro, and if those differences and upgrades are worth it to you, then whether you should trade in your F3X Pro or go ahead and keep it. Now, I'm going to run you through the differences between the two bikes, and maybe before you order, and it might be a good idea to order now. They're going to be here in a couple weeks, and maybe that'll help you decide whether you should make the change or not. Let's jump on the F3X Pro by Ghostcat. Let's chat about the F3.2X Pro and whether it's worth it or not. Let's go. All right, let's power up the F3X Pro here. The F3.2X Pro is a mouthful, that's for sure. I'll go ahead and put it in mode 5. And let's go, man. This thing's got a lot of pep. A lot of pep for a 52-volt e-bike. I couldn't imagine there being something with more pep. So what in the world have the guys and girls over at Ghostcat done to trump a bike that could pretty much top any 52-volt bike on the market out there? Not only, but easily. Now, what in the heck can you do to improve something that's already near perfect? All right, let's buzz on down through here and chat some more about the differences between the Ghostcat F3.2X Pro and the F3X Pro that I'm riding right now, and if it's going to be worth it to you or not to go ahead and make that upgrade or not. All right, so basically, I guess we'll just get the big elephant in the room out of the way, and that's going to be the motor, the power that you're going to be drawing out of here. So what they've done is they've changed the motor and the gears in that motor specifically. Now the changes they've made, well, they've put metal gearing in there, like basically just nylon gears that are now metal enforced and metal wrapped, and it's just going to give you a longer lasting motor that's just more durable in all conditions, including winter. And I know that more than anybody here in Colorado, where it just gets super cold. And I mean, I ride year round, so having a motor that performs year round and having that dependability, to me, is definitely a big deal. Let's push this thing. Last time I was running my 360 camera through here, I hit the damn fire hydrant with my camera, and it didn't damage it, didn't even scratch the lens, unbelievably, but it bent my 360 pole. I bent it back, but whatever. Looks like we're going to get rained on. Imagine that. So going back to that motor and just some of the differences in that motor, just having the metal
wrapped around those nylon gears, I think is going to be huge. And like I was saying in the winter, it's just a big deal to me, because what happens with nylon or any kind of plastic or just any kind of material whatsoever, just when it gets cold, things get more brittle. The molecules contract, things get less flexible, and things crack easier, things break easier, so on and so forth. Slow down here for the puppy dogs. I'll be on your right here, sir. How you doing today, man?
Good, man.
Oh, good. Hi, bud. Yeah, I think that was Cheddar. Cheddar's a cool dog. But just having that metal wrapped nylon gear is going to be a big deal to me, just because of the conditions we have here in Colorado. So it's not only going to be, you know, gears that are going to last longer, I think, in that hub motor. I think it's also just going to be beneficial for harder, harsher, colder conditions and possibly even warmer conditions. And the reason for it is I think the metal will probably disperse that heat a little bit better in that gearing system as well. And that just goes by the mere fact is that gear system motor is being used in the wired 60-volt bikes for quite some time with a lot of success. And it's a very similar motor to that, same company, Hintech Motors. And they're also going to be the guys that are going to be making it for the F3X Pro as well. Oh. Now connecting to that motor is the controller. And what the guys and girls at Ghostcat have done to that controller is they've bumped it up from a 40 amp controller to a 45 amp controller. Now, that's going to give it a lot more power. We're going to be looking at 140 Newton meters of torque. It's a lot of torque, boys and girls, because even the F3X Pro has 160 Newton meters of torque. So at 140 Newton meters of torque, it's not too far off, man. That 45 amp controller and that new Hintech 1500 watt motor, I think it's going to peak at around 2340, so over 2300 watts. And what's going to be powering that controller and giving that juice to that big powerful motor, it's going to be that new 25 amp hour battery as opposed to the 20 amp hour battery here. So you're going to get more juice. You're going to get a controller delivering more power from that juice to the improved motor. And those are going to be your differences. Now the frame, the headlight, the tail light, as far as I know, the brakes, just everything else is the same. Oh. Rainy, and the rain subsides. It's like I knew it would. It always does. Now, having a little more torque, a little bit stronger of a motor, probably a little bit higher top speed, the bigger overall battery. It's going to be interesting, I'm telling you. It's going to be awfully interesting to see and feel what those differences are. But those are the stats, and those are the specs, and those are the differences on paper. And you can make that decision now whether it's going to be worth it or not, because Ghostcat delivers on what they say. And then some. And then some. Let's be honest. And if you own one of these bikes, you could testify that everything I'm saying is absolutely legit. And the best part about this company too, if it's not already just awesome enough, is the freaking customer service that this company offers and gives you too. And that's a whole nother level of awesomeness. Goes around through here. I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna actually pull around the back of the Home Depot. I gotta get a drill bit for some masonry, hang some pictures above some fireplaces, and then some screws for the masonry, and also some sheetrock screws, etc., to hang some other pictures. That's what I do sometimes, is some handyman work for property management friends. But that right there, boys and girls, is the Ghostcat F3X Pro. It's my custom version, but all the insides are, you know, factory. It's got the 20 amp hour battery. It's got the 40 amp controller. It's got the 52 volt on that battery as well. And it's got that 1500 watt Zofo motor. Now, they go to the Hentech motor and they go to the 45 amp controller versus the 40 amp controller. They go to the 25 amp hour battery versus the 20 amp hour battery. Everything else same. You're going to get the same suspension on the F3 and the F3.2 and the F3.2X Pro, and you're going to get all the same parts and pieces on these bikes except for those main parts: the battery, the motor, the controller, the suspension, the brakes, and all those things are all going to be the same. So you've got to make up your mind whether it's worth it to you, whether it's worth it to you to spend $26.99 right now on an e-bike, and use my discount code Colorado, you'll save $50 more on that, and it'll guarantee you that you get one if you order one now. They're on their way. They're being actually shipped from China as we speak. They'll be on the docks any day, maybe in about a week, and then they'll take another week to get to the people over at Ghostcat, and then they'll be putting labels on those and shipping out all the pre-orders they've got on those, and then they'll be getting the next orders coming through. So I suggest if you want one, at least in June, you order it now, because it could be 30 days out before they even get another shipment. So I guarantee you at least get the bike you want, guarantee you get the color you want to, because they have a huge selection of colors to choose from. Now, at $26.99, is it going to be worth it to you to buy that bike in general? Is it going to be worth it to buy that bike if you already have the F3X Pro? Those are things to think about. I hope this helps you decide whether it is or whether it isn't. Of course, to me, it is worth it, just because I ride every day and I have a YouTube channel and I like to have the latest and greatest e-bikes on my channel. So is it worth it to me to buy the F3.2X Pro e-bike? Absolutely it is. But is it worth it to you? That's something I hope I helped you decide. Hope you enjoyed the ride. Getting some clouds coming in. You can see the rain coming over here, over across Home Depot. Then we'll get some more sunshine before it turns dark weather. To our next adventure, this is Chris from the Colorado Adventure Channel. Just discussing e-bikes, the new stuff, the old stuff, and everything in between. To our next adventure.